the Dallas, Texas area. Now, I want to talk about Keller specifically today. Keller is a great city. It's a little bit different than some of the other big cities around the DFW Metroplex. It has great schools, but we definitely do not want to forget about all of the big, beautiful, established neighborhoods throughout the city of Keller. There are so many things to do, and the location is fantastic, especially if you might need to be commuting over to anywhere on the Fort Worth side of things or into South Lake. So let's dive into what you can expect from living in the city of Keller. Now, as I'm driving through town, as you can see, this is where a lot of the commercial stuff is. We have multiple grocery stores, your nail salon, your dentist. We're right off of where Bear Creek Parkway is, and a lot of these other neighborhoods. So if you're needing to grab a quick bite to eat, if you want to go out and grab lunch, or hit up the grocery store or run to the bank, this is where you're going to be doing a lot of it.
So one of the bigger, newer master plan communities that we have here in Keller, Texas is called Marshall Ridge. And we're just on more of the north end of Keller, off just west of the 377. Now this big master plan community is just one of those family-friendly atmospheres. It has multiple pools. It's known for having more of that upscale type of a vibe because homes here were built starting at around 2008 to about 2020. So it is a little bit more of a newer community out here, especially in regards to being a master plan community. As you can see, these beautiful tree-lined streets, this is one of the main roads, like as you kind of enter Marshall Ridge up on the north end and you drive through the community, you have the trees right here. A lot of these homes are built on larger lots. As we come up around the corner here, you can see a little bit of some rolling hills, for example, but they're just a lot nicer, bigger homes on a little bit larger of a lot. And again, because it's a master plan community with a lot of different sections in here, varying price points. So obviously not tons of them are going to be in that $1 million price range. You're going to find a lot of them in that mid $600,000-$700,000 price range. So a lot of these areas, or a lot of the homes in here, are a little bit more affordable. We also have an elementary school right here within the community, Ridgeview Elementary, which is right here in the middle of the community. You can't honestly get better than that when you have little kids who you want to be able to walk to school, or they want to ride their bikes with their friends. So another thing that we really like, when you can kind of find an elementary school right within your community. Now we're going to take you kind of through here and just give you a little bit more of what some of these homes look like, so you can get an idea if you would maybe consider moving somewhere like Marshall Ridge into more of a master plan community. Because here in Keller, you don't have tons of these big master plan communities. You have a lot of different neighborhoods and communities, obviously some that are older, but this one is newer. So if you're looking for an established neighborhood, this could really be a good one, especially because we have some more rolling hills, a lot of trees, and just a beautiful neighborhood throughout here in Marshall Ridge. But even better, with your HOA, you're going to get all of the amenities, you're going to get the pools, the parks, and there are a ton of trails throughout Marshall Ridge as well. So a really great area for the landscaping, for being able to be outdoors and just kind of enjoy your neighborhood. This is a really good one if you are considering moving over here into the Keller area and you want something a little bit more on the west side of the Metroplex. Maybe you work down in Fort Worth. Again, this could be a really great spot. So if you have any questions about Marshall Ridge, don't hesitate to reach out to me. But also, there are a lot of people who aren't really into maybe a master plan community and having an HOA, but maybe this is a great location for you. Reach out and I would be more than happy to find you that perfect fit. If you're looking for somewhere to spread out, you're looking for more land, some big estate on maybe a little bit of acreage, there's also some really great areas here in Keller that you can find those as well. Now I'm going to take you into a small little section of some custom homes. I was driving you through here just so you could kind of get an idea, but not as many people realize that you can get some beautiful custom homes here in Keller on acreage, and there's quite a few. So this community is called Cherry Grove, and all of these homes are custom as well. So kind of wanted to point that out because this is another area with some beautiful older custom homes in a really beautiful setting. So as you can see, another very well kept neighborhood. And there's a lot of these pocket type custom home neighborhoods here in Keller. And when you kind of compare what you're going to get in price points and the location and the house that you're going to get, some of these homes are certainly going to be a lot more affordable than maybe some of the brand new construction communities. You're going to get some of these homes 5,000 square feet for just over $1 million. Obviously, the majority of these homes, as you can tell, are going to be in at least the $1 million range. But these homes are certainly going to have bigger lots, be a lot bigger, and if that's what you're looking for, this could be a really fantastic one. But just what you're going to get in the $1 million price point, you're going to get a lot more if you want a home that's a little bit older in a more established area. But this is another smaller custom neighborhood and just off of one of the main roads here in Keller. But again, you can't really beat some of these neighborhoods and what you're going to get out here in the city of Keller.
Now, the neighborhood that I want to talk about next is called Hidden Lakes. And Hidden Lakes is probably the first master plan community that they had here in Keller. And it is pretty big. There's different sections, different price points, and some are a little bit more on the hills than other particular areas here. Some are down along the golf course. And here, I'm going to try and take you kind of down the hill so you can see. Always floors people when they find the hills in different areas here in Texas. Keller's going to have some of them, but that's what makes this golf course over here really beautiful. So here at Hidden Lakes, like I said, probably the first big master plan community. They built the golf course throughout this community as well. Now, there are over 1,800 homes that are within the development of Hidden Lakes here in Keller. And we have different price points as well. So you can have homes in the high $500,000 range and all the way up to over $1 million. But again, I would say you're probably getting a lot more for your money out here in that $1 million price point, as opposed to going to some of these other newer construction neighborhoods where you are getting, it might not even be a 3,000 square feet on a 50-foot lot and you're still paying $1 million. Whereas here in Hidden Lakes, you're going to be getting some of these big, massive estates and probably over 5,000 square feet for that $1 million price point. But trying to kind of drive you around part of this particular community, just mainly because it is on the golf course and maybe you want a little bit more space. You don't want your neighbors right behind you and you want these views, because a lot of these homes are built up just a little bit and then the golf course kind of has the rolling hills down, and just some of these views over here in this neighborhood are really fantastic.
Now I'm going to take you through the community of Highland Creek Estates. Now, actually the homes in this particular neighborhood were built by Perry Homes. They're a little bit on the older side, so it's a more established neighborhood. We're further on the south end of the city of Keller. And we have a lot of trails. There's tons of greenbelt space, trails and stuff throughout this particular neighborhood as well. There's also a community pool in here, which is great, but you're not gonna have a really crazy high HOA fee in this particular community because you're not getting all of the over-the-top amenities. But there is an HOA in this particular community, so just something else to be aware of. But here in Keller, you have a lot of communities that do have an HOA, but you also have a lot that don't. So you can kind of get, I would almost say 50-50 based on what it is that you might need, but the HOAs are not going to be super high in all of them. Obviously some are going to be a little bit higher than others, but here, because of Perry Homes, Perry Homes is known for being a quality builder. They are still building here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and you're going to get some nice open floor plans. You're going to get some nice big kitchens, but it's a really great established neighborhood that's been around for a while, and you're going to get these big beautiful trees. So can't wait for spring and summer to come when all of these trees start to fill in. but that's also a lot of what you're going to get throughout most of the neighborhoods here in Keller, because they don't have a ton of new construction. The new construction that they do have is more of some custom builds or some smaller little, I like to call the boutique type communities. But here in Keller, the majority of what you're going to get are some really great established neighborhoods. So definitely a perk for a lot of people moving here. I've worked with a number of people who specifically do not want new construction. They want these established neighborhoods. They want a little bit more space. And this is certainly one of the communities here in Keller that you're going to get. As you can see, just even driving through here, these neighborhoods are really well kept. People take care of their yards. In fact, especially with the fall and all of the leaves and things that have been down on the ground, we're kind of getting to the point where spring might be upon us here pretty soon. So we can't wait for all of that here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But this community in particular is called Hidden Creek Estates, and if you want any more information, reach out and let me know. But also you can scan that QR code that pops up, because that will take you to my website if you want to run all of the data and prices and actually set yourself up on a home search. You can do that throughout my website, and it gives you a lot of information. We try to keep it up to date with all of the particular stats in the area. And so if you want to look up Keller, for example, that's a really great place to start. But as always, reach out and let me know if I can help you narrow down that search and kind of talk you through some areas that might be more fitting for you when you're thinking of making that move. The next neighborhood we're going into is called Carriage Gate. Now, this is more of your starter neighborhood, and prices here in Keller are going to be in the $300,000 to $400,000 range. Now, the big part about Carriage Gate is going to be its location. We're not too far from the 377. We are a little bit on more of the southern part of Keller, but you're going to be close to shopping, dining. If you work over in Fort Worth, this is going to be a really great location as well. Just south of like Keller Point, but a good starter home with a good starting price point. Here in Keller, this could be a really good one. And we still have some community amenities over here. We have parks, we have sand volleyball courts, we have swimming pools. So even though we don't have one of those big elaborate neighborhoods with some amazing amenities, we still have perfect amenities, especially if you have a family, especially in the summertime when you need to go sit by the pool and you might not have one in your own backyard. Great little community area right here in the heart of Carriage Gate, and a more affordable price point for a lot of people who might be looking to purchase their first home, starter home, or need something a little bit more on the affordable side of things. So you can get big, beautiful custom estates here in Keller, $3.7 million, multiple homes, multiple custom older neighborhoods in the $1 million range, but we also have a lot of affordable housing here in Keller in some really great established neighborhoods. So even to be in somewhat of a smaller master plan community, we're going to still have a good affordable price point here in Keller if that's what you need and what you're looking for. So if that's on your list, you want something a little bit more affordable with some good schools in a great area, this could certainly be a really good one for you. So reach out and let me know if I can help in any way to narrow down your home search. Before I take you into the next neighborhood, I wanted to drive down this beautiful tree-lined street as we head into our next one, which is the Estates of Oak Run. Sorry, just making sure I'm not running somebody over. Now, I love this neighborhood and I think you will too. I can't wait to drive you through it. But as you can see, this is as you're going to see, this is an area with some beautiful custom homes. They're established, they've been here a while, but these homes are going to be on larger lots. You're going to have a little bit more privacy over here. And again, another neighborhood that has been very well taken care of. Another one, as you can see, with the wider streets as you're driving down it. But a lot of these homes, they're going to have a lot more high-end features over here because these all did start out as custom homes. Some of them might be a little bit dated. Some of them I have seen have definitely been remodeled. But you're going to come in here, and when you're going to have a custom home, you're going to have the taller 8-foot doors. You're going to have the taller ceilings in your home as well. So even though it might be older, It's a beautiful neighborhood, and I kind of wanted to highlight it just because it is a little bit smaller neighborhood, but all of these homes were custom. And if you're looking for something that does have that high-end feel, even if it's a little bit dated and you need to go in and maybe do a little bit of work on it because that's your personal preference, but just kind of wanted to show you what it looked like in one of the older custom neighborhoods that we had here in Keller. And I really love this one. I've been in a couple homes over here. This is called the Estates of Oak Run in Keller. But again, can't wait to show you all of these again one day when we have leaves on all of these beautiful trees so that you can really see what I mean with these established neighborhoods here in Texas and how beautiful they are. So let's take you to another one. Now we're going to take you through the community of the Lakes of Highland Oaks. This is another one more on the south side of the city of Keller. And as you can tell, the streets are a little bit wider. We have tons of established trees in this particular area, but this could be another really great option for maybe some young families or even some people looking to downsize. Here, you're going to find prices in the mid $400,000 to maybe $600,000 range. But as you can see, everything's a little bit more spread out. There's a lot of these homes with the rear entry garage. I know that's super common here in the Dallas area, depending on the area that you're looking. But you have single level homes, you have 2-story homes. So again, if maybe you're looking to downsize or maybe your parents are moving here and you need something for them and nobody wants to deal with the stairs anymore, you have those options in this particular neighborhood. In fact, one of my friends that lived over here in Keller, they bought 3 homes. They had upgraded and then after their starter home, and then actually they just ended up downsizing again because now all of the kids are out of the house. So another really great area and options of where to go. But here in Highland Oaks, there's a beautiful canal that runs through the neighborhood, and again, tons of walking trails. So you're gonna find so much of that here in Keller, which is one of the really great things that I love about it, which has been what other clients have specifically mentioned when they've done some research and kind of narrowed down the option of moving here to Keller. So let me know if you have any more questions.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the schools here. Now, Keller ISD actually has 4 different high schools, but only one of them is within the city of Keller, which is Keller High School. 3 of them are technically within the city of Fort Worth. There are also 7 different middle schools, 3 intermediate schools. So they've broken up the different age ranges here just a little bit. And then they have 25 elementary schools within Keller ISD. Not all of them are within Keller, but Keller as a whole on niche.com, Keller ISD does get an A rating. But if you want more specific information on the individual high schools, don't hesitate to reach out. But just something to keep aware of, there is just the one high school in Keller, which is Keller High School. So a little bit about the schools. I know we get that a lot in some of the different cities. Like Louisville, for example, 2 of the high schools are in Flower Mound. So just giving you an idea of how the independent school district works out here for schools. Obviously, there are some different charter school options and private school options, and of course tons of different daycares and elementary or preschools in the area as well. So if you have any more information that you need about schools, don't hesitate to reach out. But I do get that all the time when people want to narrow down on a specific school or a specific school district, which is why they want more information, or we can do a search specifically on a particular area, making sure that your kids can get into a different school. I had one client once upon a time who needed a specific middle school, so we had to focus our search all around the middle school. So any more questions on that, I am always happy to help. So if you have any more questions at all about where to live in Keller, what you can get in different price points in different neighborhoods, reach out to me. I would be more than happy to kind of narrow down your home search, because Keller can be kind of big, and depending on what it is that you might be needing, there could be multiple options. But a lot of people start considering Keller mainly because its location, what they get for their money. You're going to get a lot more home a lot of times here in Keller compared to some of the other areas. But there are also a lot of affordable housing options here in Keller. You're not too far away from the 377 or even the 35 West Freeway, and also we border South Lake and therefore not too far from the DFW airport as well. So any more questions on Keller, I would be more than happy to answer them. So reach out anytime. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Let me help you find your dream home here in the city of Keller, Texas, or more importantly, anywhere in the DFW Metroplex. So until next time, take care.